And welcome. We are Risky 3C and we are completing Challenge 3. Backgrounds include the MOD, EDF Energy and various contractors. The scenario is the Thales Risk Register. As it currently stands, risk register actions are often recorded but not tracked, meaning risk owners are not updating the records regularly, leaving them with out-of-date data. The current risk review process is perceived as time-consuming and ends up being pushed down the priority list. There are also issues around inconsistent or incomplete data in the current risk register. We recorded our main pain points. As in the previous slide, we have untracked updates, incomplete data, time-consuming actions, lack of updates, and additionally there is limited learning and accountability in the current system. In response to the incomplete and inconsistent data, we looked at creating an input form for each risk that could then be used to update the risk when prompted. This form used data validation to limit the responses to the number of fields, and beyond this we would look to only allow saving the form once the form was fully completed. We looked at how we would store these forms and how we would interpret the data once stored. We discussed using some form of database that could be updated at any time and have full searching capability. In discussion, we decided that our input and storage ideas were too much for 2 days' work and instead focused our attention on our outputs from the data provided. We set ourselves 4 targets: trend visualization, automated email reminders to risk owners, automated trend emails to business area and portfolio leads, and an email to alert risk owners to fill in blanks. One was trend visualization. Before we could look to use the data, we needed to clean and combine the data. We removed duplication of entries and made sure we had uniformity of data. We then used a unique ID to combine the risk and mitigation tables in Power BI.
Welcome to the overview dashboard for all personas. This dashboard provides a comprehensive summary of our risk management data, including total open and closed risks, trends over time, and breakdown by category, type, contingency, and criticality. Use this dashboard to quickly identify key risk areas and monitor changes, helping us make informed decisions and prioritize our actions effectively. The page what you see now is the overview dashboard for all personas. And what does it mean is depending on the role you play in the organization, you can easily slice and dice the data within the filters available on the left hand side here. For example, you can filter on organization and further filter on business area and then portfolio ID, project ID, and so on and so forth. Risk owner dashboard. This dashboard highlights in-depth information on top risk owners, cost savings, and the impact of risk mitigation on costs and schedules, helping us quickly identify and address key risk areas, and also highlights the data quality issues such as missing information or inconsistencies, etc., so that risk owners can address the underlying issues at the source. Quickly moving on to overdue status. This dashboard provides a quick overview of overdue risk and mitigations, showing total counts, trends over time, and highlighting areas with the highest risk exposure to help prioritize actions and improve risk management effectiveness.
A monthly email reminder, risk, sent to the risk owner to update their risk based on the most up-to-date information shown in the Power BI dashboard. The email reminder will show things like the risk title, basically telling them what sort of risk is related to delayed vendor deliveries. Also tells the risk category, what sort of risk is, financial or compliance, the potential impact of the risk, i.e. operational, the current risk rating, either high, medium, or low, and also identify the date that the risk has been picked up. The email received by the risk analyst will show how risks have evolved over time and the impact of automated feedback mechanism. This will specifically state the key risk changes over time, effectiveness of the automated feedback loops, and demonstrate how process value should be achieved. A deadline date will also be stated on how and when the risk is required to be completed by. Alert for the portable risk manager will highlight the notable risk trends. It also shows all the summary of observed trends, basically in terms of trend 1, trend 2, trend 3, which could be increasing delays, recurring vendors, high frequency, and the likes. Requested action will also be shown in terms of whether it's going to be a strategic action or intervention an adjustment action or escalation action that needs to be taken by the portfolio manager.
How we might develop our outputs outside of the hack. Firstly, we consider that we could link the risk register to planning software such as Primavera, developing further insights based on user feedback and ever maturing data, and future use of generative AI within the dashboards to provide improved feedback.
We selected metrics that clearly show risk trends, impact, and management effectiveness, such as total risk, overdue risk, risk categories, and cost savings. All products and visualized in Power BI to ensure the data is reliable, actionable, and easy for stakeholders to use.
Drag status, we continued to use the criticality H1, H2, H3 in the data provided, assuming this was input by the user when creating and updating the rest. To be used in other industries, H1 would be red, H2 amber, H3 green.
Feedback is crucial, and that's how we improve the insight people get. We'll do it in a number of ways. One is survey, which will be anonymous, and that will help us get candid and honest feedback on what people receive. We'll also create a portal to capture improvements. Here we'll have people outside the roles coming in to give an independent view on what they would like decision makers to see, and then make sure we get more rounded analysis. We'll also have one-on-one meetings where we'll speak to people and check in, showing how people are feeling about the data they're receiving. The feedback loop is crucial here, because if we don't get the right feedback coming down and showing people how we're making decisions, they'll stop inputting risks in properly, and therefore there's a risk of lack of motivation and also incomplete information coming in. In terms of improvements, agentic AI develops. We'd want to explore a purpose-built persona that can assist each user, providing them instant insight and analysis, and this will be bespoke.